Chapter 6. Scratch Programming – Introduction to Game Creation. Objective. Introduction. Working with Scratch. Components of Scratch window. Block shapes. Looks block. Changing the backdrop of stage. Motion block. Pen block. Adding multiple sprites. Adding sound. Introduction. A computer system works on your instructions. These instructions are given to the computer in the form of a program. A program is written using some language called programming language by a programmer. Various peer programming languages are used to create programs for computers. One such language is Scratch. A Scratch is a block-based programming language which uses visual blocks like puzzle pieces to create stories, animations, and games. For this, you do not need to learn syntax and semantics and to write the long programming codes. Instead, you just need to drag and combine the code blocks to create programs. Factoid. Scratch is a free educational programming language developed by the Lifelong Kindergarten Group at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, with over 35 million registered users and having 37 million shared projects. Features of Scratch. Scratch is a fun-filled, educational, and easy-to-learn language. It is freely available online. It has tools for creating interactive stories, games, art, simulations, and more using block-based programming. It has its own built-in paint editor and sound editor. The programs are created by dragging blocks from the block palette and attaching them to other blocks like a jigsaw. Puzzle. It is also called drag and drop programming. Working with Scratch. To work in Scratch, you need to open a Scratch program. Click on Start button. From the Start menu, select Scratch 2. A Scratch window appears on the screen. Components of the Scratch window. A Scratch window consists of various components which are explained below. Cursor tools. Below are the 4 cursor tools located on the menu bar. Duplicate. It is used for creating a duplicate sprite of the selected one. Delete. It is used for deleting a selected sprite. Grow. It is used for increasing the size of a sprite. Shrink. It is used for decreasing the size of sprite. Stage. Stage is the working area where every action is performed, or a user can work with a sprite. In this area, you can watch stories, play games, and run Scratch projects. The stage is divided in X, Y coordinates located at the bottom of the stage. The coordinates will display the position of the mouse when it is on the stage and changes accordingly when a sprite moves. Scripts. Scripts are the set of instructions provided to the sprite for performing the tasks, respectively. There must be at least 2 blocks in a script. Script area. Script area is the area where the scripts are created for a sprite. To create a script, you need to drag the blocks from Blocks palette to Script area and drop them on the top of each other, thus creating a set of instructions. Program for the sprite to do some action. Sprites. Sprite is a small graphic character in Scratch which is used for programming in Windows. There are a number of inbuilt sprites, but the default sprite is a cat. You can select any sprite from the library and work on it. Sprite list. Sprite list is a list of sprites in the form of thumbnails present on the lower left corner of the window. Blocks palette. Blocks palette are the set of blocks which are used to create scripts for a sprite. These blocks are used to perform some specific action and are combined with each other to create a complete program in script area. Blocks area. Blocks area is an area which contains the blocks of code or scripts. Stage icon. Stage icon is present on the left side of the sprite list. On clicking this icon, a backdrops tab will appear instead of costumes tab. This will allow the user to add a background image on the stage when clicked on it. Tabs. There are 3 tabs in Scratch. Scripts. It includes the blocks used for creating script for a sprite. Costumes. It helps to change the sprite and appearance of a sprite. Sounds. It records, uploads, and inserts a sound to the project. Sprite info pane. There is an icon in the sprite list located at the top left corner of the sprite thumbnail. When you click on it, an information about the sprite and few tools for manipulating sprite will be displayed. Circular arrow. It enables the full rotation of a sprite. Double-headed arrow. It enables the two-side facing of a sprite, i.e., left or right. Disable rotation. It disables the rotation of a sprite. X and Y coordinates. X and Y coordinates are used to show the position of the sprite on a stage. If the X 0 and Y 0, it means the sprite is at the center of the stage, called origin. Direction. Direction is used to show the direction of the sprite when it moves. Block help. There is one block help button adjacent to cursor tools which is indicated by question mark. When you click on this button, a pointer changes to question mark. Now select the block and a pop-up window opens displaying the information about the selected block. Tech tip. 0 means up direction, 90 means right direction, 180 means down direction, and minus 90 means left direction. Blocks shapes. When you see different blocks in blocks palette, you will find that there are 6 different blocks shapes. Hat blocks. Hat blocks are the blocks which are used to begin the script. It is round in shape from the top, which does not allow any other block to be placed over it. It has a bump on the bottom, which allows the other blocks to be attached to it. There are 11 hat blocks in the blocks palette. Stack blocks. Stack blocks is a very common blocks shape which are used to give main commands to a sprite. These blocks usually have a notch on the top and a bump on the bottom, which makes it easy for other blocks to be attached to it. There are 77 stack blocks in blocks palette. Boolean blocks. Boolean blocks are of hexagonal shape. These blocks are used for conditional statements whose output can either be true or false. There are 13 Boolean blocks in blocks palette. Reporters blocks. Reporters blocks are the oval-shaped blocks which are used to hold values like numbers and strings. There are 37 reporters blocks in blocks palette. C blocks. C blocks, also known as wrap blocks, are used to check how the conditions are used for looping. These blocks are called C blocks because they are shaped like Cs. These blocks can have a bump in the cap at the bottom. Cap blocks. Cap blocks are used to finish the script. These blocks usually have a notch at the bottom which allows the other blocks to be attached at the bottom. They have a flat surface so that no other block can be attached at the bottom of such blocks. Changing the backdrop of stage. A backdrop is the background of the stage where all the projects are created. Scratch allows you to change this background according to your needs. Steps to change the backdrop of the stage are: click on the Stage 1 backdrop located at the left side of the sprite list. You will find that Costumes tab is replaced with Backdrop tab, which is used for setting the background of the stage. Click on the Backdrop tab and a window appears on the right side with 4 new options in the New Backdrop section. A. Choose Backdrop from Library. Scratch includes a backdrop library containing different inbuilt backdrops. When you click on button, a backdrop library window opens from which you can select the backdrop you like and click OK button. The new backdrop will appear on the stage. B. Paint New Backdrop. You can create and paint a backdrop using Paint New Backdrop option and apply it on the stage. When you click on button, a backdrops window editor window opens with various tools and colors for creating a backdrop for the stage. C. Upload backdrop from file. You can upload a backdrop from any file by using this option. When you click on button, a Select File as to Upload by appscratch.swf dialog box opens. Select the backdrop and click Open button. The selected picture will be uploaded as the backdrop on the stage. D. New backdrop from camera. You can click a picture with the help of a web camera and use it as a backdrop of stage. When you click on this button, a web camera gets activated and you can click a picture using it, which is automatically added to the stage as a new backdrop. Motion block. Motion block contains 17 blue color blocks which are used for the movement of the sprite. Click on the motion block in a blocks palette to see all the related blocks. Some motion blocks are explained below. It moves the sprite in forward direction. If you want to move the sprite in the backward direction, type the negative number like -10. It turns the sprite in clockwise direction. It turns the sprite in anti-clockwise direction. It is used to set the angle of direction. It is used to set the X and Y position of the sprite. It is used in case you want to make the sprite jump to another position. It is used to make the sprite follow the mouse pointer on stage. It is used to move the sprite to the mentioned X and Y position in mentioned seconds. Looks block. Looks block contains 19 purple color code blocks which are useful in case you want to change the appearance of the sprite. When you click on Looks block, the related blocks appear in the blocks palette. It allows a sprite to say a word or a sentence for a specified number of seconds. It is used to change the color effect of the sprite by the specified number. It will change the size of the sprite by the specified number. It allows a sprite to say a word or a sentence. It is used to change the costume of sprite. It allows a sprite to think something by displaying a thought bubble for a specified time. It is used to make the sprite to think something where the thinking text is displayed in thought bubble. It is used to change the sprite's costume to another costume. It is used to change the sprite's costume to another costume next in sprites list. It is used to change the stage backdrop to the mentioned backdrop. It is used to set the color effects to the specified one. It is used to clear all the graphics effects applied on the sprite by setting their default value to 0. It is used to set the size of sprite to the specified percentage value. It is used to show the hidden sprite. It is used to hide the sprite. Adding multiple sprites. Open a Scratch program and create a new project. Delete the default cat sprite by right-clicking on it and selecting the Delete option. Click on Choose Sprite from Library button. A sprite library opens. Select Avery Sprite from People category and click the OK button. Click on Costumes tab. You will see Avery A and Avery B under New Costume section. Choose Avery B by clicking on it. You can adjust the position of Avery B on stage by clicking and dragging it to the required place. Now click on Choose Sprite from Library button. From Sprite Library window, go to Animals category and select Dog 1 sprite. Select Avery B sprite and drag and drop the blocks to create a script for her as shown in the figure. Now click on the green flag and see the result. Pen block. Pen block contains 11 green color blocks which are used to draw lines or shapes by plotting colorful pixels, just like sketch pens. The colors of the pens have different shades which vary from light to dark, where the value 0 represents the dark shade and 100 represents the light shade. When you click on this block, you can see various related blocks in it. It puts the pen down to draw a line as the sprite moves on stage. It picks up the pen and nothing is drawn. It sets the thickness of the pen. It sets the color of the pen. It changes the color of the pen. It is used to clear all the drawings made by pens. It is used to set the pen color to the specified value. It is used to change the pen shade by the specified value. It is used to set the shade of pen by a specified value. It is used to change the size of pen by a specified value. It is used to set the pen size to the specified value. Creating a duplicate copy of sprite. Stamp block is used to create a duplicate sprite. Delete the default cat sprite. Go to Sprite Library and select Beetle Sprite from Animals category. Drag and drop the blocks to create duplicate sprites as shown in the figure. Change the values in blocks as you can see in the figure. When a beetle reaches to the edge of the stage, it will bounce back and change its direction. Sound block. A sound block contains 13 pinkish-purple coded color blocks which are used to add sound in the script. You can add the sound in 3 ways. Choose sound from the library, record a new sound, upload sound from the library. It is used to play the selected sound. It is used to set the volume of the sound. This block is used to play a sound of the drum. It is used to halt all the sounds. It is used to play the selected sound and pause the script until the sound has finished playing. It is used to pause the script for a specified time. It is used to play a note from the instrument for a specified number of beats. It is used to set the instrument to the specified instrument. It is used to change the volume of the sound with the specified one. It is used to set the volume of the specified value. Open a new project and delete the default cat sprite. Select the Stage 1 backdrop and click on the Backdrop tab. Click on Choose Backdrop from Library option. From the Backdrop library, select Party Room. Now click on Choose Sprite from Library option. From Sprite Library, select People category and select Singer 1 sprite. Click on Backdrop Stage and drag and drop the blocks to the script area as shown in the figure. Select the Singer 1 sprite and drag and drop the blocks as shown in the figure. Click on the green flag to run the project. Control blocks. Control blocks are used to create programs by applying various codes. There may be many situations in life where you need to make decisions. In order to solve a particular problem, you need to think logically to make decisions to get the desired output. In the same way, in computers, programming requires logic and decision making. It means you are given a problem. You need to think logically to find out the main steps and then work on the details of these steps. Let us understand it with the help of an example. Have a look at the images given below. A. Task. You can see 4 images in the figure above. Your task is to find out what comes after the 4th image. B. Identify. You need to identify the following things. A. Goal. Your goal is to find out the 5th image. B. Information. The sequence of shapes is given in which the first cup is followed by plate, which is followed by a second cup, and then again second plate. C. Condition. You need to think logically to solve the problem. C. Solve. Now you need to follow the condition to find out what comes next after the plate. A. Cup is followed by plate. B. Plate is followed by cup. C. Cup is followed by plate. D. Then the plate must be followed by cup, so the output should be cup. In this way, by using logical thinking, you can solve the problems easily. In Scratch programming, there is a control block which uses the concept of logical thinking and conditional programming. It contains yellow color-coded blocks which are used in case you want to take some decision depending on the conditions. The various control blocks are explained below. It is used to pause the script for the specified number of times. It is used to repeat the set of blocks for the specified number of times. It is the infinite looping block. To stop it, you need to press the stop button. The if-then block does nothing when the condition is false. For this, if-then-else block is used. If the condition is true, the blocks after then are executed. Otherwise, the blocks after else are executed. It is again a looping block in which the set of blocks are executed until the condition is satisfied. It is a conditional block. You need to specify the condition by placing the diamond-shaped block from the sensing block palette. If the condition is true, it will execute the blocks contained in this block. Using forever and forever if blocks. Change the backdrop by selecting Blue Sky 2 from Backdrop Library. From Sprite Library, select Balloon 1 in Things category. Reduce the size of the balloon using Shrink button. Now drag and drop the blocks in the script area as shown in the figure. Click on the green flag to run the project. You will see that the balloon is moving and changing its color. When it touches the edge, it changes its direction, and you will also hear drum beat. Sensing blocks. Sensing block is used to detect the different factors of the project. It is mainly used to sense the keyboard input while the program is executed. It contains 20 light blue coded blocks, out of which there are 4 stack blocks, 5 Boolean blocks, and 11 reporter blocks. It will make an input box at the bottom of the window and ask the user to input the text and submit it. It stores the input and updates it automatically to the most recent input. It is used to check if the sprite is touching the mouse pointer, edge, or another sprite. If yes, then it returns true value, otherwise false value. It is used to turn the video on or off depending on the given arguments. It is used to check whether the sprite is touching the specified color. If yes, then it returns true value. It is used to check whether the color on its sprite is touching another color. If yes, then it returns true value. It is used to check whether the specified key is pressed. If yes, then it returns true value, otherwise false value. Operators block. Operators block is used to perform mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. To perform such operations, you use some symbols like plus for addition, minus for subtraction, might for multiplication, and swar for division. These blocks have light green coded colors and are in round shape. These blocks are used in the value box of another block. You also need to specify the value in these blocks on which the operations are to be performed. It calculates the addition of two numbers. It calculates the subtraction of two numbers. It calculates the multiplication of two numbers. It calculates the division of two numbers. It picks the random numbers from the given range. It calculates the length of a word. It also handles strings. Comparisons using operators block. Operators block contains some blocks which are used to perform comparisons between operands like less than, greater than, or equal to in Scratch. After comparing the values, the result is produced, which can be either true or false. It is less than block which returns true value if the first value is less than second value. It is equal to block which returns true value if the first value is equal to second value. It is greater than block which returns true value if the first value is greater than second value. Pick random numbers. Pick random block of operators. Block is used to pick the random numbers from the given range of numbers. Open a Scratch 2 program. Delete the default cat sprite from the Scratch file. Go to Library and click on the Animals category. Select Penguin 1 Talk sprite from it. Select and drag the blocks to the script area as shown in the figure. Click on green flag and Duck will pick and speak the random numbers. Count a word length. Scratch provides a block which is used in case you want to count the length of a word entered using a keyboard. The length means the number of characters in a word. Let us create a simple Scratch project to count the length of a word. Open a new project. Delete default cat sprite from the Scratch window. Add monkey 2 from animals category. Now drag the blocks in script area as shown in the figure. Click green flag to run the project. A message box is displayed with a text box in which you will enter a word from the keyboard. Type a word and press enter key or click the on button. It will display the length of the word. Data blocks. A data block is used to create a variable and a list. A variable is a placeholder which holds a value. The value can be in the form of number or text. It holds only one value at a time, which can be changed during execution. Data block is used to contain orange color-coded blocks. These blocks represent the variables created by users with the name of the variable displayed on the blocks. The standard block size is specified by the initialization parameter OB block size. Let us create a project to create a variable and store the value in it. Open a new Scratch project. Click on the data block. You will find two buttons there. Make a variable. Make a list. Click on Make a Variable button to create a new variable. A new variable dialog box opens. Mention the name of the variable in the variable name text box. Say age. Click on the radio button to specify whether the variable is for all sprites or for this sprite only. Click the OK button. An age block will be added to the block. It is used to set the specified value to the variable, which can be a number or a string. It is used to change the data by a specified value. It is used to show the value of the specified variable. It is used to hide the value of the specified variable. Now, drag the blocks as shown in the figure. Run the script by clicking the green flag. A quick review. A program is written by using a language called programming language by a programmer. A Scratch is a block-based programming language which uses visual blocks like puzzle pieces to create stories, animations, and games. Sprite is a small graphic character in Scratch which is used for programming. Stage is the working area where every action is performed, or a user can work with a sprite. Blocks palette are the set of blocks which are used to create scripts for a sprite. Hat blocks are the blocks which are used to begin the script. C blocks, also known as wrap blocks, are used to check the conditions that are used for looping. A backdrop is the background of the stage where all the projects are created. Motion block contains 17 blue color blocks which are used for the movement of the sprite. Looks block contains 19 purple color code blocks which are useful in case you want to change the appearance of the sprite. The colors of the pens have different shades which vary from light to dark. Stamp block is used to create a duplicate sprite. A sound block contains 13 pinkish purple coded color blocks which are used to add sound in the script. Control blocks are used to create programs by applying various conditions. In computers, programming requires logic and decision making. Repeat block is used to repeat the set of blocks for specified number of times. Sensing block is used to detect the different factors of the project. Answer block stores the input and updates it automatically to the most recent input. Operators block is used to perform mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Operators block contains some blocks which are used to perform comparisons between operands like less than, greater than, or equal to in Scratch. A data block is used to create a variable and a list. A variable is a placeholder which holds a value.